Hey guys, it's me again. First things first, I am still here in my grandmother's basement. Michael's still over there. Basically, it's the same night. My past video talked about fame because it intrigues me how people get famous on YouTube. So I figured I'd tackle that first to see what makes people fame. Anyways, past video, you can watch that. It's fine. Whatever. Today we're going to tackle something that one of my friends actually told me to tackle. Her name's Grace. I did a shout out to her in my past video. And she told me to tackle sexuality, which I find very, very interesting. I think that subject is just insane. So if you are very sensitive on that subject, maybe you should stop watching. I promise not to be too offensive because I know that it's kind of a touchy subject in some places. I just wanted to talk about what makes people think of someone else, someone of either the same gender or of a different gender, in a certain way. Back in prehistoric times, people lived for three things, okay? There were three natural instincts that came into our heads. There was flee, eat. That's how it was. And, so we knew whether we wanted to eat something because we needed nutrients, we needed to live that way. We knew whether or not to run from something because that was dangerous and we needed to survive, and we knew when to reproduce and what we needed to do that. Those were our three natural instincts as cavemen living in caves, lighting ourselves on fire for entertainment. And so our minds today are programmed to see women and be attracted to them because back in prehistoric times, that's the way things were. We didn't look at men and think, oh, reproduction. No, we looked at women. We as males are programmed to look at women and be attracted to them. That's how we're made. That is how our brains were programmed from the very beginning. So, I mean, males like to be around males. Guys would much rather, I think, be with other guys than be with a bunch of girls, because we get along with guys better, we understand guys better, it's all sports, wrestling, punch, haha. And females don't think that way, because males were programmed in the beginning to be hunters and be the base of civilization, the hard work, and women were programmed to not do that. Males were the grit. And even today we see that in the football, in the basketball, and the rugby, because those are very physical sports. Those are the grit and the physical essence that came from prehistoric times. That's where it all comes from. And so, as men, we see very grit and rough, and the fact that women don't do that, don't look at things that way, we find that attractive because we know that we need them to create a civilization, to be happy with a family. At some points, I think every guy wonders if he could be gay. Okay? There is always that thought. No matter how straight you are, there are always those thoughts. And I mean, guys act gay to attract women. Okay? But in trying to attract women, that kind of contradicts the whole gay thing. And that, my friends, is where the friend zone comes in. The friend zone can place in all directions, from just not wanting to be in relationships, so there's that big section right there, to being put there because you're acting too feminine. Because in prehistoric times, I know I'm relating a lot to prehistoric times, but in prehistoric times, men who act feminine did not survive. And I know that seems against homosexual people a lot, but in prehistoric times, that's the way it was. Homosexuality is a 21st century trend. And I don't say trend as in, like, it's just another pair of pants or something. No, it's a growing thing as in it's becoming accepted, it's becoming relevant in everything, and we have people getting married and people fighting that. The prehistoric mindset is fighting that, and I'm totally for homosexuals. I love them. I think that it's great that they're setting this in motion, and I love that. But I'm sounding really homophobic, I know. But I, due to everything that we are made for, that we were made for in those times, we are supposed to look at women and be attracted to them. And so I have to think that they're two very different things. And I suppose this is where the tangibility of love comes in. Because I think homosexual people, find love in the same gender, and I think that is awesome, that can overpower our natural instincts of being created in prehistoric times, in these times. This whole program in our brain is being rewritten because people love each other. Now that, I don't care if love means physical sex or just wanting to be with that person for the rest of your life. That doesn't matter. I just think it's fantastic that our minds are being reprogrammed by the power of love. Because that's what homosexuality is. It's reprogramming. And it's spreading that reprogramming motion to everyone, because I think homosexuality is perfectly fine. I think it's wonderful. And despite everything that we're built for, I can't help but think that it's how it's supposed to be. It might not be what God wanted. It might not be what we were created for, but at this moment, in the 21st century, fast approaching the 22nd century, it is beautiful. And it is what is supposed to be going on. We are reprogramming based on technology and based on everything that we're created for at this moment. Not prehistorically, but at this moment. We are programmed to be happy because we no longer have to fight to survive, to live. We no longer have to mold ourselves to the 3 natural instincts. We don't need to flee anymore. We don't need to look at everything and think, do I need to eat that to survive? And we most certainly do not have to go by the programming that the one major program is reproduction. Because love has dissolved that. So, that was my little rant for the day, for the night. I might have another video, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you don't agree, or if you do agree, please put a comment or a video response or something responding to me, because I feel so strongly about this. I think it's amazing. It might not be what we were created for, but the fact that we can build another way of life, that's fantastic. And I think that people who love members of the same sex, that's awesome. That's great. Good for them. And I hope that people can learn to accept that. So, see you later.